Hello and welcome back. Moment of truth, and I am going to go straight to a time lapse. But before that, we need to. Let's grab the Rex. I'm not sure. Can they? Yeah, let's do that actually. I think the Zeta can definitely manage. Set destination. Go there. Brilliant. We'll go grab the... Why are you going that... Oh, is it longer that way? Right. Let's get this done. I am going to say my words, which is... I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side, or I'm going to go into time-lapse mode. For those who... Ooh. Oh. Yeah, I did wonder if this would play nicely with this header. It's fighting me. Yeah, this is not liking this at all. That's lifting the roller at the top, isn't it? Yeah. I did wonder. Oh, seems a bit better actually. Not perfect, but not terrible. Right, let's pop across to there. Let's grab the Rex. Let's see if I can learn my... Oh, it's actually right next to it. Right, I think we need... If we can manage with that header this time, we'll look for proper header next time. As long as it's not damaging the crop. Now let's have a look. This is the smallest that the lizard can go. We can enhance this, but it is going to cost us, so we'll just have to see if we've got enough money to do that. Let's have a look. Right, capacity. Ooh. How much for that? 2,500. I know it's a lot, but that is actually fantastic. Oh yeah. Wow. Excellent. Ooh. I wonder why I'm struggling trying to push it. Right, let's get him closer to the end. It needs to be close to the road most of the time for these to actually work. Let's grab that and set destination. Can you do it? It is cutting properly, but it is sort of pushing on the ground somewhat. It's not right, but it's a modded one. Of all the things, it's not quite so. Right, I really am going to go into time-lapse mode now. I'm going to say, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, well, that's not working so good, and we haven't got enough money to buy the header. So, with that in mind, we shall sell the Russell Mash, repair it to the maximum, and see if we'll get, we think we need 8,000 something with if we get that was just, it's ruining crop. It's literally, I could fight it for an entire field for one harvest, but not when it's ruining crop. That's where you draw the line. It is literally at times making us go sideways into the field and ruining a bit of crop. So I've done that at least twice. That's enough. You can't, no one can afford to lose harvest, even if I had to take out a slight loan, I would. But I'm hoping that we can actually just about get enough from the sale of that. Now they've got to try and go for a bit of a, gotta hope we can get across the bridge before, mind you, we should actually just about be able to pass someone, I think. Sneak across the field, sell this header, and hopefully buy the Dominator's header. Luckily it is the Dominator, one of the few headers we could probably almost afford. So yeah, worst case scenario loan, I don't want to, but best case scenario is we just clear enough of the sale of this, even though it's second hand and you get practically nothing. We should get a little bit for it, enough that we can actually hopefully buy the Russell Mash. That the class, the Dominator's header, even it is the Russell Mashes we'll be getting rid of. Oh my life. Yeah, literally just gonna harvest this field. That's all I'm doing tonight. Definitely. I was a bit restless and I thought, oh come on, let's just get stuck in, get the field done. But even I draw the line at that one. Repair, and how much for selling? How much to sell? Ooh, that's not bad actually. Ooh, excellent. Okay then, let's get this done. Oh, let's get that, the Dominator's header then. Smash it. We will want to buy it. I think it's slightly smaller, isn't it? I think that was a 6 metre and that is a 5.1. But it can't be any worse than that, and at least it will now look like it matches the header. That's not bad though. It actually did enable us. We've still got a touch of. It's not much different, is it? To be honest, very little difference. Let's look. Yeah, we're okay. Right, hopefully, well no, this will be fine now. Just goes to show, you can with unmodded, you can, on my, I can't remember which one it was, I have mixed and matched headers before, but it's not so good on things like the modded ones. They're not all, even though this is a Giants modded, I think the Dominator, isn't it? It's definitely, yeah. Definitely, that was just not working. That was literally ripping crop up. We can't have that. This is our livelihood. This is the only means of income we've got at the minute, and obviously hard economy, it's a tough break, so we certainly can't be affording to tear up our crop. Definitely not. Could have persevered with the booking Bronco, but not with the loss of crop. Definitely not. Right, this should be a little bit better now. Oh, that's better. It's not dragging. It was like it was dragging on the floor. Oh yes, that's better. See how jagged the lines was? It was literally dragging me around. But it was okay when it was bringing me outwards, but not okay. It's obviously not right. So anyway, rectified, and we're still positive income. Hopefully that's the last curveball we get during the harvest. Right, let's get on with the proper harvest. I'm going to say I shall see you guys and gals on the other side. I don't know. I've done it again a few times in my career. I've thought I've pressed the record button and I haven't, and I've just pressed the end the session button to stop recording, and my start recording has started, which means I didn't press start recording at the beginning, which means I've harvested all of that field up to that point right now without you guys knowing any of the wiser. So I shall fill you in on what has happened. You may notice that now is a class header, and yes, we had fun and games with the Russell Mash. We did try and persevere, but it didn't fit properly. It was skidding on the ground and it damaged crop twice, so I thought, oh, I can't put up with this. So I took the Russell Mash header, went back to the shop, repaired it and sold it, and I got actually 4,000 or 5,000 for it, and the Dominate is only 8,000, so it took us up. We'd got about 8,000. We had the 4, which was 12,000, so then we could afford that, and that's what we've got left. It's probably best if I show you. I don't like this when things aren't recorded, but you should be able to see on things sold. New vehicles, July. Oh, does it not show you the present month? We're in August. Oh no, are we in July? Yeah. Okay, that should show me then. Sold vehicles. Yes, 4,812 is what we got for the old header, and in total it adds them together. It was only 8,000 and something for the thing, so we must have bought some. Of course we did. We added. I'll show you. Basically, when I bought these you can extend the capacity, and it was the lowest. It was just one section, so I boosted that, and that was the remnant. So it was 8,000 something. That was nearly 4,000. Looking at that amount, but that's where the money's gone, and that's the things that have happened. I would have liked to have seen that. It really was skittering around something chronic. I just couldn't manage. I was hoping initially to just manage for the first harvest, but it was skittering all over the place. On some ways across the field it was alright, it would pull you out, and on other ways it would change its mind and then pull you in, and when it pulled you in it would damage the crop. So after damaging 2 little bits of crop twice, I thought, no, we can't do this. We can't afford to lose crop. So yes, that is now, this is what we've got off the field so far, and what I shall do now is, in fact let's start that because they're not usually very good. We shall have this delivered to the railroad, and I don't know which one it is, north, south, it's got to be south, isn't it? Railroad Silo South, we shall see, it might not be called that. That's I think that's Elm Creek. Right, let's get this here. We'll get him to. Now, did I put a cover on? Can't have a cover. I thought when it's extended like that. Right, let's send him then. We want create job. Huh? Why can you not deliver? Oh, that's bizarre. You should be able to drop that off. Unless it's the weight or something, or whether it's because it's a modded trailer, or... No message, but they can't do it. Right, okay. No, it's nothing to do with weight. He's managing that quite fine. Right, let's do it ourselves. We'll do this. I'm just going to finish this harvest, and literally then that is this session done. It's going to be a short one as well. I might take it onto the last one because it was a long one. That's ridiculous. I can't believe that. I hate that. I really do. Do you know, I've done that about 3 times. Always when you're tired, you think you've done it and you don't, or you mean to do it and you don't. Wow, it's not so good at pulling off, which you wouldn't expect a 75 horsepower pulling 20.5 tons and the trailer itself. I think I've actually got realistic, you know, the weight limit of the trailer on. Ah, yeah, I must have. Well, no, not necessarily. I think this does actually go higher than that, but that's, yeah, I don't think the Zeta could manage much more than that. By the pull on that, it's really is struggling. Yeah, we shall do this, stick this in the silo. I would imagine, looking at what we've done and what's left, that we're going to get about 30 tonnes off this, so it's about half the size of my no man's land field, which is quite shocking because it is a big field. Just goes to show how big that field is on no man's land. I'm glad, I am really happy that I'm doing this, that really is. Now then, I need to change. I need to have a look at this. I want, yeah, we want it on tip side right. It takes ages. I've had this, in fact this I think is the exact same trailer as on my no man's land. I got this same modded trailer, not the same colour I might add, I've actually done it differently, but if you go through the tip side back, it takes ages. Yeah, it is the same one. Yeah. So 30 tonnes of canola, I think, is my guesstimate. We should get this done and then literally we shall leave it there. I am still disgusted with see how the contract system's going. Is it still just cultivating? Yeah, there's the odd, very odd fertilising contract. Yeah, I think we're going to have to, starting from next session, start to hire our workers out to get some of this cultivation done, and we'll get the odd fertiliser job. I would like to do that test, but we need to have earned some money from our, well, that's a point. Selling our stuff isn't until, well, that's when doing contracts is going to help us, isn't it, really? I suppose we're going to get some money in that, so we'll get it ticking up. Right, let's get this. In fact, yeah, this is the one job he should be able to do. Let me just, yeah, let's send him now on to set destination. Point that way. Can you do it? Yes, you can. Oh, no. Always do that. Okay, let's get this finished. So I think if we're lucky, we're going to have 10 tonnes more. If we're lucky, it does look like about a third that's left, but I always find the inner circle is far less than the outer rounds, so we might not quite get what I'm thinking. Even so, when you consider some of the tiny fields and you get 3 or 4 tonnes, it's still 20 something tonnes plus whatever we get off now. So, and also I think we probably lost, I'm not sure the header didn't do all the damage that you couldn't see with it not being the right header, but I'm not sure. We shall see. If we harvest this next year, we'll compare the harvest that we get with what we get this year, because it should be identical unless I forget something like rolling or fertilising, and then of course it's going to be different, worse. But yeah, we should compare. Smashing. We have indeed. It managed that quite well, actually. Yeah, what am I hoping to do is stick the front 3-point link. I think it's the front lifter by Pepe. I always forget the numbers after his name. If we can get that, because it's got a front weight, it usually works, but not always on all tractors, even if it's got that. But we'll try. If it has, what we'll do is we'll stick a bigger weight on the front, and we will get him to be our fertiliser stroke sprayer. And it did work as well. Obviously there were no weeds in this, so weeding and seeding at the same time definitely does kill the weeds, so that is an absolute bonus. To be able to do 2 jobs at the same time is quite remarkable, especially when it's a 12 metre seeder stroke weeder. So yes, I am loving that. That is absolutely amazing. we don't really need a sprayer unless, of course, oh no, we don't. Not if we always proactively seed stroke weed. We're never going to need a sprayer, are we really? Obviously it does limit us to canola, but to be honest, at a 12 metre thing, and canola's a reasonable price on hard economy, it's good. The only bad thing is there's no straw or anything, but it is a lot of hard work. I did that on my first harvest on no man's land. There must have been about 250 tons of straw, which took an absolute age. It was worth it, but again, it was for something like 15 or 16,000, so it was a lot of work for the payback. But in my first year, it bought the front loader and a couple of attachments, so it was definitely an added bonus, but it was a lot of work for what you consider for what we actually gained. So yeah, in a way I'm glad. I'd sooner be halfway through, zip into the next harvest, than I would still going around a field. Especially on hard economy, it's more about rinsing and repeating, although I don't want it to be a boring, like, let's do the harvest and let's repeat this and let's sleep through the night all of the time. I do want to spill in some contracts and try to get some fertilizer contracts done as well, but we need to fine-tune our business model. I think what we're going to do with this being a short session now is I'm just thinking of time for myself. When we finish the harvest, I think this very first year we're going to treat it special. The height of canola prices are in November. We will, for this year and this year alone, just speed up time and just see what we're going to get from the canola harvest, and then going forwards we're going to start on contracts and reseeding and all the rest of it. But I think we'll just treat this as a suck it and see, but I'm not going to keep doing that. I don't like anything to be a repeat. It becomes very boring if you just do exactly the same thing every single time. Sometimes obviously there's a lot of jobs on Farming Simulator that are rinse and repeat, but I don't think we need to rinse and repeat to that extent, otherwise it does become quite boring, and I don't want that. It's my job as a content creator to try to make things as interesting as possible, which I was time-lapsing this, but obviously now that we've nearly done the field and we've only started nearly at the end, we're not going to time-lapse now. I may as well chatter. I can't believe that I wasted all that time. I was chattering away and all sorts about lots of different things, and it's funny, but I'm not going to, it sounds a bit stupid, but I do like there to be curveballs, because that's c'est la vie, that is life, and it's how you deal with the curveballs. So obviously the header situation, I didn't know it wasn't going to work. I mean, you can often have a header. On another Let's Play, I've got another header from another, yeah, I have actually, it's my Erlingrat. I've got I think it is a Rosselmash actually, and it fits on the New Holland, and it works fine, no problems whatsoever. Obviously this did not like it at all. So yeah, sometimes it's just doesn't not like. But what I'm trying to say is, when you do get problems like that, it's how you deal with them. I always think the curveballs, we dealt with it, and we just had enough money, so I was worried that we're going to have to take a loan out, because I really don't want to. That's not a route I'm trying to take. I want to do this off our own. We had 17,000 and odd when we started this year, so that was our costs, but including, obviously, we've had to replace the header, and we bought a few little bits and bobs that we've had to buy or leased. Leasing costs always make things more expensive, and also we placed that mod, although that earns us some as well. So yeah, swinging some roundabouts, but I always find it's finding your groove, it's getting the equipment to make something work the same every time. Yeah, we're not going to be at 10,000, I don't think, are we? Probably 7 or 8, but yeah, it was only a guess. Right. Definitely. Not bad though. Pleased. I didn't expect miracles. I didn't expect this to be 60 tons, the same as the No Man's Land. This field is smaller, and I am very grateful for that fact. That is a monster field. Well, obviously you can tell. I would imagine it's actually almost as big as... I don't think it's quite 26. I think it's more 36, if I'm honest, and that is almost twice as big as 35. So yes, seriously, monster field. And it does take a while, especially with a harvest. I mean, every job we do on that field is monstrous because it is so large. Even with a 9-metre, we've got the 9-metre version of the 12-metre version that we have on this, and even 9 metres, as big as that is, it still takes a while to seed. Every job, we've got a plough that we do to bring the stones up each thing, because we haven't got a cultivator. That again is a monstrous. It's 9 metres, and you'd think it was like 3. So yes, it's actually nice to work on a medium-sized field. It was, every job on that is just so humongous, and as I say, I think that's what's tired me out. I think I've done that for days and days and days. This is a pleasure. It's a large medium, or a medium-sized field rather than a monster. I think it's like everything, isn't it? Sometimes you feel up to monstrous tasks, and sometimes you don't, and at the minute I just don't feel, yeah, I don't even think we're going to get up to 7. Looking at this. Or maybe just. No, I don't think we are. No, look, if it's 6.5 with that little square. Well, the end is in sight. That's a tad wider than our header, just a tad. Oh no, it's not. We can actually do it. Fantastic. Right, 6,002. Yes, I didn't. Even less than 6,005 that I thought. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten. Told him over here, haven't I? What we'll do is we'll leave this in the trailer, to be honest, rather than run this down, and when it is November we'll run this down to wherever's paying the best, usually Marison, but you can't tell. Let's make sure he's off the road. I don't like where he stopped. Looks like he's hanging over the edge of the road. No, he's actually... I've never thought of that. That must be built into the AI, mustn't it? That they actually don't leave things in a... Mind you, no, it doesn't, actually, thinking about it, because I had my case drop off something and it literally said it couldn't reach the destination and parked it in the middle of the road. So, yeah, it's not perfect. Right, excellent. So, what are we going to do? When do we need to replant the canola? Because I have a feeling it is next month. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is any trouble. We now need to cultivate, don't we? Wow. Yeah. I'm not up for that. Definitely not for now. We need to replant this ready for next season. This is why I said it's such a quick turnaround. Let's get the case and we'll get it hooked up though. We need to go across to our old field, don't we? I don't think... Did we bring it along with us? We'll get it ready if we did, otherwise we'll go fetch it. No, I think that's a cockling there. I can't remember if this has got the horses under the bonnet to deal with the cockling yet. I can't remember. Let's have a look. We should just do a little tiny tad, and that's what we'll be doing next time. Let's just shift the one thing I was thinking, I don't need to hire the front box this time because we've actually ejected enough seed for us to just grab that next time, but we will the time after, which is actually quite fortunate because we are running out of money for even leasing costs and even fertiliser, being as we've got a plant and that straight away. Let's just see. Have you got the horses under the bonnet for the cockling? This is a 5.7 and it's almost a 6, so it's not terrible. We don't want our create fields. We just want, let's see, let's do one run, see how we manage, whether we have got enough horses under the bonnet. Don't seem to be struggling. Yeah, managing that nice. I don't know if it's 10 miles an hour. We may have lost a mile an hour. I can't remember if it's 9 or 10, but it's not struggling. Any wheel slip? No, not any. That's without a weight, so... Right, we shall leave that though. We're not going to do the entire field. It was just a proof of concept, because that is what we are going to need to do next time. Cultivate and get it ready. As I say, that is what we are going to do though. We're just literally this year going to concentrate on that. We're going to rush through to harvest. I really want to see... Is that ripping stones up? I thought this was a shallow cultivator. It's not ripping much. Yeah, I think that was the bit of stones that I missed that first time on this edge. Right, and that is where we're going to leave it. So, our first harvest is done, and we have... Let's just double check. I would like to see this exactly. I think it's about 26,000, nearly 27,000. So 6,200. And how much have we got in storage? 26,500 and something. So yeah, 26.5 tons of that. And as I say, it'd be interesting to see next year whether we get a little bit more due to damage from that. So we'll get the cockling. We'll get the cockling to cultivate this, and then we shall plant our canola again, ready for next year. And then what we're going to do is we're going to rush through the months right up until November. Let's have a look for canola. Yeah, it's 670 and odd is the best price. So it's quite at a low now, isn't it? Yeah, well, actually it's at the very, very low. So yeah, November is the highest. No, it is the highest actually, looking at that. So yeah, November. I wonder, that's an advantage to being on this map. The Marison usually pays up to about €100 more, so we might actually get slightly more off this map then we're not going to make a killing, though. That is true. We definitely need to do some contracts to make some money, definitely. So, weeds growing. Oh no, and it needs lime. Oh well, we've got a decent lime and it's 3,200 tons. So I'm not worried. And lime isn't, thank goodness, very expensive. Anyway, that is a problem for another session. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry this is a shorter session due to my mistake of not hitting the record button. But I may add this on to the next session. I might actually add this on to the cultivator. So you may, in this actual recording, see me doing the cultivating, because it will be next session. Because I'm not sure how long this is going to be. I don't think it's terribly long. So, alright. Anyway, without any further ado, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.